Hello guys, welcome to Pepcoding, and now I'm going to discuss the next question, that is merge overlapping intervals. So in this question, what we have to do is we have to merge the overlapping intervals. So let me take the input and then I'm going to explain you deeply. So I think I have let me take the input first. Okay, so this is our sample input, and now I'm going to take the output. Okay, so this is what we have to print. Hmm. So this is the value of n. That means this is the number of meetings. Number of meetings. So in this input, there are 6 meetings. Okay. And these are the 6 meetings. These are the n number of meetings. Okay. And in each meeting, there are two things. That is, one first is starting time, second is ending time. This is starting time of second meeting, ending time of second meeting. Starting time of third meeting, ending time of third meeting. Starting, ending, and starting, ending. These are the starting and ending time of meetings. Okay. So, second thing is what we have to do, we have to merge the overlapping intervals and we have to print it. Okay, so let's see how we are merging it. So let me erase it first. So how we are able to get the 1 and 12? So what we are doing, we are merging these two meetings. See, 1 and 8 and 5 lies around here, 8 and 12. So are these meeting overlapping? So yes, these meeting are overlapping. So what we are doing is we are merging it. Okay, so this is how we are getting 1 and 12. And how we are getting 14 and 90? So this is our second meeting. So 14 lies around here, so it is not overlapping to any of the meeting, so that's why we have directly printed it. Okay, so how we are getting this? So for this we have to overlap these 3 meetings. So when these 3 meetings are overlapping, then we are finally getting 22 and 30. Let's see how. So this is 22 and 28, and the second one is around 25 and 27. So are these meeting overlapping? Yes, they are overlapping. And what will be the answer after merging? So after merging, it will become 22 and 28 only, because it lies completely inside the first meeting. Okay, so let me erase it. And what is the second one? That is 27 and 30. So 27 lies around here and 30 lies around here. So are these meetings overlapping to each other? Yes, these meetings are overlapping. So what we have to do, we have to merge them. So after merging, we have received this 22 and 30. So this is what the question is asking us to do. So I will recommend you to please pause this video and try to do the coding part by your own. Okay, so as a hint, I want to give you, like, we have to do this question in n log n time. Okay, so we have to do in n log n. And the second hint is we have to sort this array. Okay, so first sort this array, then try the question. Okay, so after sorting, what we will get? This. We have to sort it by starting time. Okay, so this is actually the 2D array, 2D array, or you can say 2D list. 2D list, because in Python we use list as an array. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to sort it. So this is how we have to sort. Then just try to do the coding part. So I hope you have tried the this question. So now I'm going to discuss the solution. Okay, so let me take the sorted array. So this is our sorted array, and as an input, what we have taken a array of array. Like, see, this is how we have taken the input. There are 6 list, or you can say array, and in each list there is one more list which is the size of 2. Okay, so this is how we have taken the input. So for this, how can we do the solution? So for this, we have to take one stack. Okay, so I'm going to take the help of stack. This is our stack. Let's give the name st. Okay, and in this tag, what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge the overlapping meetings. Okay, so this is what we are going to do, and we are going to push the meetings. That means the stack is of type list, or you can say array. Okay, so the stack is of type list because we are directly going to push the meetings. So when the stack size is 0, then what we are going to do, we are directly pushing the first meeting. Okay, that is 1 and 8. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are iterating the meeting one by one. Like now this meeting will come here 5 and 12, and then this meeting will ask to this last meeting. This is actually the last meeting, and this is the current meeting. Okay, now this meeting will ask this meeting, are you overlapping to me? If you are overlapping to me, then merge with me. Okay, so how can we check the meeting is overlapping or not? If the last meeting ending time is greater than current meeting starting time. Okay, so if last meeting ending time is greater than the last meeting starting time, that means 1 and 8 and 5 around there. So if last meeting ending time is greater than starting time of current meeting, that means they are overlapping. Okay, this is the condition how we can check the meeting are overlapping or not. If the meeting is overlapping, then what we have to do, we have to merge them. So if the meeting is overlapping, then first what I will do, I will pop the last meeting, then I'm going to create a new merged meeting, and here will be the starting time, and here there will be the ending time. Okay, so this is how we are going to merge. So what we will insert here in starting time? In starting time there will be the last meeting starting time, this. So I'm going to insert one here. And what will be the ending time? Ending time will be the maximum of these two. You might be thinking that we have to take the current meeting ending time, but this is not true in every case. Okay, so this is really very important point. Okay, guys. So what we have to do? We have to take the maximum of both the ending time. In this case, what is the maximum? That is 12. So 12 will be the ending time. So I will insert the 12 here. Now what I will do is, now after this meeting 14 and 19 will come because we are iterating it. Okay, so let me erase it first. So 14, take the another color, 14 and 19 will come. So are these meeting overlapping to each other? So how can we check? If the last meeting, this is actually the last meeting now, okay, and this is the current meeting. If the last meeting ending time is less than current meeting ending time, okay, in there it was greater, but here it is less than current meeting starting time, then these meetings are not overlapping. See, you can see it here, 1 and 12, and the second is 14 and 19. If last meeting ending time is smaller than current meeting starting time, that means these meetings are not overlapping. If the meeting is not overlapping, then what we have to do in this case, we have to directly push it into the stack. Okay, so 14 and 19 is the next meeting. And again, let me take the third. So what is the third one? Third one is 22 and 28. Now this meeting will ask to this meeting, are you overlapping to me? If you are overlapping, then merge with me. So let us see they are overlapping or not. So if the last meeting ending time is smaller than starting time of current meeting, okay, then they are not overlapping. So if the meeting is not overlapping, then what we have to do in that case? We have to directly push into the stack. So I will directly push it into the stack. Okay, so let me take the another meeting, that is 25 and 27. 25 and 27. Then I'm going to check it whether these meetings are overlapping to each other or not. Okay, so let me write it first because this is the new case and the second meeting rise around here. Okay, so are these meetings overlapping to each other? Yes, because the last meeting, it is the last meeting and it is the current meeting. Last meeting ending time is greater than current meeting starting time. So these are overlapping. So what we have to do? We have to first pop the last meeting and create the new meeting. Okay, and here the starting time and ending time. So what will be the starting time? Starting time will be the last meeting starting time, that is 22 only. And what will be the ending time? Ending time, I have already told you. The ending time will be the maximum of these two. In this case, now you can know why we are taking the maximum. If you just directly take the last meeting ending time, it will going to be wrong, because if you write 27 here, this is wrong. Actually, after merging it will become 28. So what we have to do, we have to take the maximum of these two. Like, we have to take the maximum of last meeting anytime and current meeting anytime, that is 27. Okay, this is our new meeting. So let me erase it first. So this is our new meeting. So we have also covered 22 and 27. Now we are going to do the last thing, that is 27 and 30. Okay, so let me erase this first. So are these meeting overlapping to each other or not? So yes, they are overlapping to each other. Actually, I have done the wrong. I have to write the 28 here. Okay, because after merging it will become 28. So are these meeting overlapping to each other? So last meeting ending time is greater than current meeting starting time. That means they are overlapping. You can see it here, 28, 27, 27, 30. These are overlapping. So what we have to do? We have to merge them. So after merging, we have to write the last meeting starting time and ending time will the maximum of these two, that is 30. And before that, we forgot one step, that is to pop the last time. Okay, don't forget this. So this is what our desired output. This is like we have iterated all the elements, all the meetings, and now we have able to find this output. And what we have to do, we have to print in the increasing order. So I'm going to print this from I equal to 0, 1, 2. So I'm not going to print as a stack, because if you print as a stack, then it is going to print this first, then this, then this. Okay, so our final output was this, and this meeting. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to iterate this stack with 0th, 1th, and 2nd. Okay, so I'm going to use the for loop for this. Okay, so let's go and do the coding part. So now we are in our Python editor. So let me do it in full screen. And now our first step is to sort the array. Sort the 2D array on the basis of 0th index. Okay, so how can we sort the array? Array dot sort, we just use a key lambda, and we just take a variable, any variable of x, that is, and we have to sort on the basis of 0th index. Okay, so we already know how to sort our list. So array dot sort, we just simply use array dot sort, and for sorting the 2D array, we just have to use key lambda, and we are sorting it in 0th on the basis of 0th index. So we simply write the 0 here. So as of now, don't go deeply in this method. So in oops, we will deeply understand how this method is actually working. Okay, so let's skip it for now and let's move forward. So for this, by using this line, we can able to find how to sort. Actually, by using this line, we have sorted our 2D array on the basis of 0th index. So let's move forward. And next, what we have to do? We have to take one stack and iterate it. So let me take stack. So st, I have taken a list that we actually use as a stack in Python. Okay, and then I'm going to iterate it, I in range, and what we are going to iterate, I'm going to iterate the array. Okay, so this is what we are going to iterate. First it will come 1 8, then 5 12, then 14 19, then 22 28, and respectively. So I will again take one more variable, that is current meeting, and current meeting, what I'm going to store, array of I. So first, like, it will store 1 and 8 both, that is array. So in current meeting we are storing a array that have two index, that is starting time and ending time. Okay, so if the size is equal to 0, and when the size is equal to 0, when I is equal to 0, that means the size, our stack is empty. If stack is empty, then we directly push it the current meeting. Okay, else now our stack has some meeting, that is last meeting. Okay, now stack has last meeting. Okay, stack has some meeting, that is last meeting. So I take one more variable, that is last meeting. And how we are going to retrieve the last meeting? By stack of top. In top of the stack there is our last meeting. Suppose we are here, what is our last meeting? Last meeting is our 22 and 28. Suppose we are here, what is our last meeting? The top of the stack, that is 1 and 12. So this is how we are going to retrieve our last meeting. And now what we have to find? We have to find whether meeting is overlapping and not. So for checking overlapping condition, how we can find? LM of last ending time. So you might be thinking how we can find ending and starting time. So I will write in the command, in 0th index it is our starting time, and in 1th index, there is our ending time. Okay, in first index there is starting time, in 0th index there is our ending time. Sorry, in 0th index there is starting time, and in 1th index there is ending time. So if the last meeting ending time is smaller, if the last meeting ending time is smaller than current meeting starting time denoted with 0, that means the meeting are not non overlapping. Okay, that means the meeting are not overlapping, else the meeting is overlapping. Okay, so if the last meeting ending time is smaller, see here, if the last meeting, suppose this is the case, if the last meeting ending time is smaller than current meeting starting time, so in this case they are not overlapping. Okay, so it is our first inside if. And if the last meeting ending time is greater or equal than the current meeting time, that means they are overlapping. So this is our two conditions. So for non-overlapping, it is simple, that we directly have to append the current meeting inside the stack. Okay, so we are going to directly append it inside the stack. And now what we have to do in case of overlapping meeting? So we already know, if the meeting is overlapping, then what we have to do? First we have to pop the meeting, and we have to create the merge meeting, and then we have to push inside the stack. First step is pop the meeting. So I am going to pop the meeting, and then I'm going to create the new merge meeting denoted with mm. Okay, and here the first will be starting time, and the second will be the ending time. And what will be the starting time? Starting time will be the last meeting starting time. This we already discussed. See here, if we have to create it, so what will be the starting time? The last meeting starting time, and ending time will be the maximum of the ending time of these two. So what will be the ending time? Maximum of the ending time of starting time, that is starting time. Oh, sorry, I have denoted. So what will be the maximum of the last meeting ending time? Ending time denotes with 1, and the current meeting ending time. Okay, so we have to find the maximum of these two ending time. Okay, then this will be our merged meeting. So let me explain it again. So what will be the merged meeting in this? So first, starting time will be the simply one only, and what will be the ending time? Ending time will be the maximum of last meeting ending time and current meeting ending time. Okay, that is 12. This is how we are going to find the our merge meeting. After that, what we have to do, we have to directly push into the stack, that we are going to push the mm. Okay, so we have done the stack part. Now what we have to do, now we have to print it. Print. And how we are going to print? We have to iterate it from 0 to n. See, this is what we have to do. So what we will do, we will directly iterate it from 0th index. Okay, so I'm going to iterate the list. I'm going to iterate as a list, not as a stack. Because if you will iterate as stack, then you will just get the first topmost element first. This is not what we want. We want the last element first. That is the 0th index, first index, then the second index. Okay, so let iterate this. So I'm using the for I in range length of a stack. Length of a stack. So first the I is equal to 0, then 1, then 2. Okay, so I'm going to take one more variable, that is final meeting. And what I'm going to store? I'm going to store the st of I, that is st of 0, then st of 1, then st of 2. Okay, I'm directly printing the final meeting starting time followed by space and final meeting ending time. Okay, this is what we have to print. So let me run it and check it for the errors. So there are no errors and it is accepted. So let me check for all the test cases, and all the test cases are running absolutely fine. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and we'll meet you in the next video. Bye bye.